Uh, okay, I will start today's class. Okay. Okay, so actually, we yesterday we saw till the how what is the databases, what is a Snowflake. We just saw basic things of yesterday, right? So today we'll goes to how to install the Snowflake application and how to we have to start the basic queries. Okay, so we are going to learn about the how to do install and how to use the Snowflake. Okay, so Snowflake, they are actually given to us 30 days of free trial version. So we can, whatever we want to write the query or we want to use storing the data, we can use it for this 30 days of free trial version they are given to us. After that, if you want to continue with that Snowflake, you can pay for that and you will be use the account Snowflake account. Or else if you don't want to pay under Snowflake, you can recreate the new account with using the new Gmail ID. You can after the 30 days, you can open the new Gmail account. Okay, so you have the 30 days of free trial account they will given to us.
Okay.
So from that 30 days of free trial account, they will given to us $400 credits as well. They will give. So what is mean by the credit? So which means like whenever we have to run the query, Snowflake charging some credits, like some amounts Snowflake has been charged. So we can use Snowflake with using the $400 credits. So it is more than enough. So in 30 days also we are not able to complete these 400 anyway. So we will see each by each days. So we are going to be from the SQL, right? So maybe it will be crossing. If it's crossing also, we can create the new Snowflake account. So how do we have to create the Snowflake account? So you can go to the Snowflake and you can you can go to the Google.
Okay.
In from here you can start writing the free Snowflake account. So we have received first link, like you can go with that first link. So in here you can see they're asking to us first name, last name, email ID, company, role. So all the basic information they're asking. So company is not required. So you don't want to give in your original company, you can give us a X or Y, whatever you can like, you can give. So first name, last name, email. So this is the email is more important because once you have to click given to this email after you given to the continue, the email will be triggered to the Snowflake will send the one of the Snowflake account link to in this email account only. Okay,
Okay.
so now I'm not going to be create this account, so because I already have the account. So if you want, you can share the screen and I will tell you how to create the account, or else you can create your own self. Like what is your main thought? Do you
Maybe after this class, I'll.
Okay, sure, great. Okay, so after once you given to the continue, so there are some basics questions it asking to us. So you can give it to the skip option. They are also given to us.
Yeah.
So you can give the basic questions skip. Next you can see the next they will be send one of the mail to you in your local mail account. From that mail account they will given to us a account ID directly account link. So from there you can click that account link. You can get it the direct Snowflake account. So
Okay.
once after you comes to the Snowflake account, so how it looks like, so I will show to you how it is looks like. Okay, so once you click that link, it will directly comes to one of the page. That page is asking to your what is your username, what is your passcode, everything. It will first screen it comes to the confirm username and password and confirm password. So this is the first screen you will receive. So you have to give to your username. So you can give username whatever you like. So like I have gave to my name, so you can
Okay.
give your name whatever you like, and after that you can give the password. So normal password and confirm password, both time you have to give into the same password. Then after you click the enter button, so like after you fill these things, after you click the enter button, directly the screen comes to in this screen only you will receive. Okay, so from this screen you you can see what is the account. So what are the things? This is actually the Snowflake screen. Okay, so here you can see, here we have the left days. Like I have the 2 days only left in this trial account. From tomorrow only I can, so tomorrow only I can able to work this Snowflake account. Day after tomorrow I'm not able to use this. I need to open the new Snowflake account only. Okay, so in
Okay.
here this is for the like we have 2 3 ways we can accessing the Snowflake database. Actually this is what the actual Snowflake database. So what inside the database, what we are going to store inside the database, we are going to store the data only, right? So this is the data, we have to store the data inside the database only. So how we have to accessing? So we have to accessing using the SQL query. That is what yesterday we saw, right? So without SQL query we cannot communicate with the our database, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so where you have to write the SQL query? Now this is a question. So are you able to write the SQL query in Notepad? So I'm going to the one of the Notepad. If I'm write the query, something I query, if I ran that query directly, this query will goes to the Snowflake account. It will get give the result. It will never work like that. So
Mm.
what they are doing? So this is a Snowflake database, right? So Snowflake database itself, they are given to us a query editor. From that query editor only, we have to put our query. Whatever the query we have to given, that query will be go to the Snowflake database and get the result, and the result will be displayed to us a query editor itself only. So Snowflake by default it has the query editor as well. Okay, so what are all
Okay.
the query editor? How can we have to communicate with the Snowflake with using the query editor? We have three types of query editor. We have one is the query editors. Query editors is actually three types of query editors. One is a Snowflake Web UI. Another one is a Snow site. Another one is a Snow SQL. So these are all the three query editor we have whenever you have to install the Snowflake automatically. Like it is not installing. So which means like we have to configure in something. We have to create the account from the Snowflake environment. If you are creating the account, they will be given to us a three different, like these two only they will be given to us. So the last one we have to do something. I will tell you. So in when the class is came, so like we have the one of the class NoSQL class. I will tell you on that class how to accessing this NoSQL. As of now we have to working on these two things only. So this is the two things, like one is a Snowflake Web UI. Web UI is a basic console, like that they will call. So in real time everyone are using this Web UI only. Okay, so this is Snow site is the advanced Web UI, like it is, this one is a advanced version. So we are not going to be work in after Snowflake. There are we have separate class for the Snow site as well. So as of now, we are going to use for this basic console only, because here only they are actually working in the Snowflake environment. In real time as well, they are actually working on this one only. SQL means like this is a CLI. CLI means command line interface. I will tell about this. What is a CLI? What is a GUI in future? So as of now, I am telling to you how we have to accessing the web UI. Like whenever you have to open the Snowflake account, automatically it is coming into this Snow site only. Actually, this is what the Snow site screen. So in here you are not going to be work anything. So now we want to do one thing. So you want to do from Snow site to, you need to come with your basic web UI. How to come with your basic web UI? Automatically it is coming into the Snow site only. So by default they are creating this Snow site only in future, because this is actually the advanced version. So whenever you are login, automatically it is only came. So we no need to the web Snow site. We want to go with the Snowflake web UI. So how we have to go to the this window, like in your, you can click in your under your name. From your name you can go with the profile, like this is for your name. I'm telling to you, from Snow site to Snowflake classic console. Okay, so from Snow site to classic console. Now so how do we have to go? You have to given to the first, click your profile, click your profile name. After you can go with your profile. So once you click your profile name, then you can go with the profile. So in this option, so go to the profile option. After you can comes to in here, you can see this is what the Snowflake actually you are using. So from this is for mine. So for mine, I can see classic console, but in your case, you have to see for the snow site only whenever you have to open the account. Okay. So like this only you can see. So what you need to do, go to the default experience. Go to the default experience. In here, you have to change the from snow site to classic console. So this is what you need to do the one changes. If you are do this changes, then you can directly accessing the classic console as well. So once you have to given to this classic console and click save, then you can click close. Then how we have to go to the classic console, you can comes to in this left side top left side down corner. This is a Snowflake account. Here you can see, go to in this place, just select this one. Here there is a one of the link option, you can see, right? Copy account URL. This is what the classic console. So you just copy this classic console and go to in your you just put it in your in this place. After you can make it star this classic console. Okay, so this is how we have to comes to the classic console. The first time only you need to do these things. Next time if you are open this or you if you are bookmarking this link, from next time you can comes to directly this web console only. Okay, you don't want to go with the snow site. So okay, so I will tell you the when it's required, I will tell you in future. So that time only we can go with the snow site, or as of now you can go with the snow website, like a uh, console only, like a basic console only. So here you can give a username and password, then you can go to the sign in. So I will tell you how it looks like that web classic console. So this is what actually the classic console looks like. From your screen, it looks like this only. So empty page only. So what is these are all the page. We have this each separate classes for the one each options. Like we have the separate database classes, shares classes, warehouses, worksheets, everything we have to learn in future. Okay. So in here only we going to write the query. So if I'm writing the query means like I can write this query. So if I write the query will be given to the result as in this below area. Okay, in this is a result area, this is a query editor. In here we actually the whatever the databases actually we are going to save, those database we can see on here. So don't worry about these things at all. We will comes to the later for the in-depth knowledge on for these things everything. As of now we are going to learn about the SQL only. So in this part only it's required. So anyway, I'm going to the SQL only as of now. So you can give the default experience is classic console. This is what you need to do, classic console. So you can given to here classic console. Okay. So after that, what we need to do? So you have to
Now, this classic console is to write queries, right? To
yeah.
get the.
No, this is classic console means this one. This Snowflake web UI basic console. This is what the classic console.
Okay, that is where we write the queries.
Yeah, that is where no, here itself also in three places we can write the query.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
is the, yeah, all the places we can write the query. This is like these three all we can communicate with the direct Snowflake database. As of now, we are going with the classic console. In future, will comes to the Snow side. After that, we goes to the SnowSQL. Like we will go to the step by step. Okay,
yeah.
so this is how we have to communicate with the Snowflake with using the classic console. Okay, now we will go to the one more thing I need to tell. So whenever you are to open the Snowflake account, you need to understand one thing. So as of now, I will just open some information, because in Snowflake required for the three clouds. So that one I need to show to you. I don't know how many Gmail accounts I gave to here. So role you can give whatever you like. So like I just give for the BA analyst, you can give any role. So I just give into the sign in. In the sign in button, you can see there are three options, right? So these three options we should know. So what is the three option? Snowflake as of now they are released for the three options to us. Like one is a standard version, another one is a enterprise version, another one is a business critical. What is mean by the standard version? Standard version means it is a very basic level of Snowflake. Like we are not able to work on the any future queries. Like if you want to work on materialized view means that will not works in the standard version. So like that, so which means like if you are recharging means you can consider as your what is it, like Hotstar. So Hotstar we have to two steps of verification, two steps of recharge, right? One is a VIP recharge, another one is a normal premium recharge, right? So both, so what will comes like if it a premium recharge means we can see the Hollywood movies as well. VIP recharge means like we can see the whatever the they are released released in that Tamil movies, like that only we can see. So there are two different stages, right? Like that only it is they are actually showing. So standard means very basic level of object only they are releasing in here. So enterprise means like we can do in here time travel, multi-cluster warehouses, materialized view. There are few things additionally added into the enterprise edition. Business critical means here we can do the some HIPAA compliance, the data protection. This is here we have to do the some like a business PA information storing. Those are all the information like it's coming into the business critical. It is depends upon the client. So the client will be taking the whatever the edition they want. Like because if the client is only for the customer related information means like they can use for this enterprise. If it is related with any healthcare data, if you are going to store means we should want to the business critical. Like that we can use for the any one of the edition. So these are the three editions they are actually releasing. One more edition actually they are released. Another one is a VP's edition, like that they told. So but that VP edition they are not given to us. We are not able to working. We are not going to work on that VP edition. That is worked by the government employees, like that only. So we actually, as of now, they are given to us only for these three only: standard, enterprise, and business critical. And this place, choose your cloud provider. So here they are actually given to us three cloud provider. What is this cloud provider? Already Snowflake is one of the cloud provider actually. Snowflake is also one of the cloud provider. Again why they are asked to these three cloud provider? Actually, Snowflake is accepting the three cloud providers: AWS, Azure, GCP. So why they are accepting the these cloud providers? We need to know. So here you have the Oracle account. So this is the Oracle database. So in Oracle database, we have kept into our information. So Oracle also storing the data only. So as of now, what they are actually doing, from Oracle to Snowflake, they are planning to migrate the data, because Oracle is a on-premises tool. Here it's take more amount. If I need to maintain means it's taking the more amount. We don't want to maintain the more amount. What we will do, one thing, we will migrate all the data into our Snowflake. So if we are comparing with the Oracle with the Snowflake, means Snowflake is a huge better, much better. Like the cost is also low, fast is also very high level fast. Like there are many features also they are providing in Snowflake. So that is what actually as of now what the companies are doing. All on premises or all other environment databases, they are just trying to migrate from the other database into the Snowflake database. Actually, I am also working on the one of the migration project. I was working on the one of the Teradata migration. So previously Teradata developers are developed the scripts with using the Teradata codes, and already they are storing all the data into the Teradata environment. From the Teradata, what actually we are doing, so we are migrating all the Teradata data into in our Snowflake environment. So this is actually what we are exactly doing. Okay, so now we can come to the concept. So we are not able to directly communicate, like we have the on-premises tool, right? We are not able to directly load the data from on-premises to Snowflake. It is not possible. So what we have to do, we should use for the any one of the cloud provider. So this any one of the cloud provider, what we need to do, we have to load all the data in our in our Snow AWS Azure. We should load all our data in any of the cloud provider. From that cloud provider only we can load the data without because Snowflake is one of the cloud. So we cannot we can't directly load the data from the on premises. What we need to do, we have to load the data in our cloud environment, from cloud environment into our Snowflake environment. So that is what Snowflake as of now it is accepting for these three environments. One is a 1 minute. So that that is what Snowflake as of now accepting these three cloud environment. One is the Azure cloud environment, another one is the AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, another one is a GCP cloud, Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so this is what actually Snowflake accept this. That is the reason Snowflake accepting these three cloud provider. We should load the data, so on premises data into any cloud provider. From cloud provider to we can load the data in our Snowflake environment. This is actually what we are doing. So as of now, we can accept the cloud provider, whatever the cloud provider you are like, you can give. Now I'm given to the AWS, because in future we are going to load the data from the AWS as well, from the AWS website to directly the Snowflake environment as well. So that is also one of the reason. Also, you can also click the AWS cloud provider also you can use, or else you can use the Azure cloud provider. So whatever you can like, you can give. Don't go with the GCP, because we are not going to the working on the GCP cloud provide data anyway. So I'm just using the AWS. Then here you can see this is what the region. So which region you want, you need to select. So what it mean by the region? So now you have to using the Google Drive, right? So now you are using the Google Drive. Whatever the data you are just uploading all the data into our Google Drive, right? So if you have the images or files, you have to upload in the Google Drive. So you can consider, if you have the data, you need to store it in our PC. So what is required? So physically you want to the one of the PC, right? Without computer we can't store the data, right?
Yeah.
So like that only, we have the physical data. So like a physical environment setup. Without physical environment setup, we cannot store the data. But nowadays you can see, if you are load the data, or if you are storing the data in our computer, means we can directly load it into our Google Drive. From that Google Drive we can accessing the data, right? But we can see the Google Drive is a virtually it is storing the data. So if you want to store the data, you should buy the memory card, then only you can store the data. But if you are storing the data in your Google account, means we don't want to buy the memory card. We can directly upload the file into our Google Drive. We can directly using. So memory card is a physically we are storing, but cloud is a virtually we are storing. So anyway, if you are storing the data in your system like a Google Drive in virtually, means that virtual also storing any one of the region. So they are also having the one of the server. From that server only it will be going to the storing. So like that there are many servers we have, like you can see, I just open the Google warehouse server. So like this actually they are keep our data. So whatever I have stored the data in our Google Drive, that Google Drive taking the physical server needs to be connected. So those physical storage has been kept into any one of the location. From that location that server has been connected. From that server only we are getting the data. Okay, so if you want, you can so you can consider as a Google also so I just write something into our Google. So it is taking the data. So how it's coming, virtually it's coming, but physically it is connected with any one of the server, right? Those are all the servers. So this is called the region. Okay, so we can select the whatever the region. If you want to store in your physical memory, so you can keep it as any one of the region. So like what I mean, so if you want to store your data in your cloud, means cloud should record for the any one physical region. From that location only you have to connect it with your server. Then you can get back the data. So you can select whatever the server you are like, you can select, then you can click indicates and get started. Automatically this will be coming into the basic questions. Then if after you are get started, automatically the mail will comes to in your local mail account. From that local mail account you can start working on Snowflake account. Okay, after coming to the Snowflake account, you will see like this snow site. From that snow site too, you can come in your web console UI. Are you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what we are doing. Okay, now after installing, now we will go to learn by each. Okay, so I will give you the one of the script. You can start just loading the script. From that script only you can see the data on the data for the basic information, like a basic data I will give you for the practice purpose. So so what you need to do, you have to go with this notepad. Okay, so I just given to this notepad to you. You just go to this notepad, just click Control A and Control C. Okay, just click Control A and Control C and go to the Snowflake. Then given to the Control V. Here you can go. Now what you need to do, uh, just go up from that beginning to You can see if this is the beginning, you just check this is coming into the beginning. So if it's coming into the beginning and the schema, if it is there means you can do one thing, you get just take control A, you just do one thing, control A and click run. So automatically this script will be loading and the data is also loading. So this is actually what I was developed the script which you can get the data from easily. In your future I will explain to you each by each what is this script is doing, so how the data is loading, everything I will tell you in future anyway. So one of the ddl and dml option, when we are open that chapter, automatically you will understand, oh, okay, this is what this is the script is doing. Like that you can understand. So as of now, you want to do one thing. So like you have to control A and control V in here, then control A, like do the select all, then after run that whole query,
Okay.
automatically the query will be running. We should wait for until the query needs to be run. So it takes some more time because it's taking the data, like a 107 data I'm just trying to load.
Okay. Okay. Here you're just loading, right?
Yeah, just loading, just
Okay.
creating the database and creating the schema and creating the table. Then I have to load the data. So this is actually what the script is doing. So I will show the script as well. So if you know the create statement means you can easily understand. So here you can see I'm just doing the creating the database, creating the schema.
Create or replace. Like if it is already there, you again replace it.
Exactly, correct. I think you already know these things,
Yeah.
maybe.
Basic.
Great. Okay, so I just given to this query, creating the table and loading the data, insert into the loading the table. So automatically the data has been loaded. So I have used for the 107 data. Yeah, the data has came. So after the loading completed, you can do one thing, like do the select star from employees. I will tell you what is the select, everything I will tell you.
Yeah.
So after you just do the one thing, one basic check like this, if you are do this query, you can directly see 107 records. If it is loaded means then the script has been working fine for you. Then now we will go to the basic SQL things. Okay, so now you have to the next step is you have to run the employees dot txt script in your Snowflake account. Okay, now like this you have to do. Okay, the next step is we want to do the query. So first of all what we need to learn, so there is a one of the chapter is a classes. So this is a one of the basic concept as a classes. In this concept only you know what is the select statement, what is the from statement, everything you will learn on here itself only. So in here actually the classes means this is actually one of the basic things. So without classes we can't run the query. Okay, so we need to know what are all the classes we have. First class is a select class. Next is the from class. So like that we have many classes. I will come each by each class in each by each day, every day. So first of all, we want to go with the select class. Select class means now we have the one of the box. So you can consider this is a box. Inside the box, you have the lots of colors. Like you can see the red color, you can see the yellow color, you can see the green, blue color. Like there are three colors you have. Now I'm telling to you, you can just select the yellow color. What you have to do, you have directly go to the you have to open the box and directly select any one color, right? So if you have the multiple things means you have to do selecting, right? You have to selecting, this is what we are calling as a selecting, right? So we have to selecting the any one color. So exactly this is what it's doing in the select statement. Okay, which means select is doing for the selecting the column. So selecting is used to selecting the column. Okay, so actually this is what our table. So now you can see what is the column. Column means what are all the heading. So this is a heading of this records, right? So this is a column. So this is one column, this is another column. So column means this is a column. So if you have the table like this means, so here we have to see the column 2 and column, so column 3. This is what the column actually, this is what they are calling as a column. So row means this is what the row. So which means this is a first row, this is a second row, like that. Okay, so this is what the column, this is what the rows. Okay, now select is used to selecting the column. So it is used to select selecting the particular column. So like that they told. So what is the select is using? So it is used to selecting the particular column. Now you can see there are many columns we have right, like employee id, first name, last name. You can consider like a yellow color, blue color, green color. If you want to pick any one color, means we have to select any one color, right? Exactly, the select is used to like that only. So now what I need to do, given to the select class. Okay, in select, after what we need to do in the syntax, as per the syntax is, after the select only we have to mention the column name. So the column name means whatever we have in the table, that column name only we can select. Here you can see I am going to select the first name column. So I just go to the in here, inside in this place, I just even use the first name, that column. Okay, now if I ran this column, it will never work, if it will failure. Why it got failure? We want to know which table contains this first name column. If I'm telling to you, go and take that yellow color, where you go? So you are asking, do where I need to go? So I'm telling, go and take the yellow color. Array, where I need to go? So I don't know where I need to go, right? So I'm telling, go to this box, from that box you can take it the yellow color. Now you can understand. Oh, so okay, inside the box we have the yellow color, from that box we can get it the yellow color, right? So that is what actually this error got throwing. So I'm telling to select first name. Here it is asking to us where I need to select here. So you are asking to the select first name, where actually the first name has been stored. So the first name has been stored on in this table only, right? So this table name is calling the employees. Okay, so exactly the English. Okay, select first name from employees. You can understand now. Select first name. You
Yeah.
have to selecting the first name from where you are taking, from employees table we are taking. Now if I ran, you should be you should closed with your query with the semicolon. Without ran the semicolon, it will throw the sometimes the error. I will tell what are all the times for throws the error. So first of all, you have to do select first name from employees ends with a semicolon. Now I just ran. You can run three ways. One of the way is just select the query, then you can click the run button, then this will run. Okay, another one is just click your mouse any of the location from from this query. Inside this query you can click in this place or inside this row. So entire row also it is considering. So or else entire inside the query also it is considering. Just click any one place. Now click the run button, automatically it will run. Otherwise you need to know, you need to do one more thing. So you can just click the inside the query, or sometimes inside the query, and click the control enter. That is also will throw the output. Okay, now I'm going to the first output. Just I am just selecting the query, click the run button. Now you can see it is selecting the one column only, right?
Hmm.
So now I'm going to the if I want to select the last name only, so what is the query I need to write? I want to see the last name only.
Yeah. Select last name from employees.
Select last name from employees ends with semicolon. So now I am just I'm not going to the selecting whole query. I just click on in here. Now I'm just write the just click on the run button. Automatically it's come. Okay, you don't want to click inside the query. You can click the outside the query, but it should be on same line. So if it is the
Okay.
same row also, it will throw the output. Like you can see, like it will throw the output. Okay, so this is second way. Or else you can do one more thing. You just click on here any places, just click the control enter. So that is also showing the output. Okay,
Okay.
so now you can see we can select the each by each column, like first name we can select and last name we can select. I can just writing the uh, this is okay. From after the from we should use the table. So this is what the syntax. From class is used to selecting the sorry, selecting the table. It is used to selecting the table from where we have to selecting the table. So now we can see now we need to know why actually they are previously we are storing the data in our database only, right? So here only we are storing the data. Suddenly how the table is comes to the picture. Now we need to know why they are actually storing the data in our database. So you can see this is a database. Inside the database we have these columns, like a Jan column, Jan and Feb, and one more thing is March. Now I have the data. 1, 1, 1. So now there are data has been shuffled like this, like that. We have to kept the data like this. So now you can see. I want to know which month of data for this one. This one. Which month of data is this one?
Jan.
Okay. This one
Yeah,
or
it is
this
a
one. You can consider like a, can we consider as a Jan or can we consider as a Feb?
no.
We are don't know, right? So exactly for this one we don't know where it is comes. So that is what actually the issue. So if we are storing the data in our database randomly, it will store any of the places. Like we can take an example. If we are going to the library, that library having the books, lots of books they are actually kept. So all the books are they are shuffled means you are not able to get the exact book. Like if you want to searching the any of the book, you should not identify the exact book if it is a collaborating for the all the location. What they are actually doing? So actually they are doing for the separating those books. Like a history books goes to the line number 1. So this place you can go from the year only you can get it the history books, and that next row you can get it for the science book. Like that if we are doing separation means then only you can get it the directly. If they both are combined, both are collapsed all the books means we are getting the data, it's more confused, right? So that is what actually what we are going to do. So in here, instead of doing instead of storing the all the data without directly into in this database, they are actually doing one more thing. Just they are creating the one of the table. So now they are just creating like this. Now you can tell who this one where it's coming from.
Jan.
Jan. This one, it's Feb.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how it is? We are confirmed because we are separated for each and each, right? So that is what we are creating the table inside the database. So we don't want to confuse the data. If you are storing the data in our database, means it will be getting the confused. All the data will be collapsed. So instead of that doing, we can create one more table. From the table, we can store all the data. From the table we can get the data. So that is what we are creating the table. Now you can understand why they are actually storing the data inside the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are, you can see these are all the information about the employees information, which is the employees means like Steven, one of the employee, he is working one of the company. That company he is getting the salary of 24,000. So this is the department he is working. So there are most information actually they are kept in here. Okay, so now we'll see how do we have to single column selection. So single column selection. So tell me I want to view the first name only. So how you have to write the query? Select.
Select
Mm-hmm.
first name
First name. Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
table name employees.
Yeah, exactly. Super. From the table name, employees table, we have to get it the data. So this is what actually we are getting the data. So first one single column we can select. Now we are going to select the multiple column. So we know how to select the single column. Now we will try to select the multiple column in simultaneously, so single time. So just going with the multiple column. So now you can see I have the two columns, employee ID column and first name column. Now how to select the employee ID column? Select. I need to write the select. Just return the employee ID and first name, and from where we have to getting the data from these two columns.
Yep. Table.
Which table? Which table is the table name is
Employee.
a employees table. Super. So now you can see if I ran, so I can provide the two columns, right? One is a employee ID column also I gave. Another one is a first name column also I gave. If I ran this, it will never throw the error, but it will show, it will never comes with the two separate columns. You can see, I can see only for the ID
First
column records only. What is the issue is happening on here? You can see there are two columns in here. I can see there are two columns. One is employee ID column, but another one is a first name column. But but I'm not able to taking the two columns in simultaneously. The issue is we should use a comma. So comma means it is a column separator. Comma means it is a column separator. So which means this is a one column, this is a one column. If you are not using the comma, SQL considering as a both are single column, like that it is considering. Okay, so instead of like that, if we are providing the comma, now it will be understanding, oh, this is a one column, this is a one column. Now if I'm ran this, now you can see this one column and another column, you can get it right. So how we can get it? With using the comma only. So now now I need to get it for the first name column and last name column. Both should be comes to the single query. So first name also need to come, last name also needs to be come. So how do you write the query?
Select
Select
first name,
first name,
comma, last name.
comma, last name. Super. So what do you mean by the comma?
It's a separator.
Separator of the column. Super. So I just ran this query. So I just control enter. I click the control enter, automatically the query will run. Now I can see the two different columns, right? So this is how we have to select in the multiple columns. Okay, multiple columns means we have to do the using the comma separator. Now in this table actually having the lots of columns. You can see employee ID, first name, last name. If you want to all the columns means if I write the each and every columns means it is not good. If I write the employee ID, first name, last name, and
Yeah.
another column is a email, another, like if you have the 100 columns means if I write the each by each column means it will taking the more time, and also it is not good to write the query. So query also getting the very huge query. So this is not good. What we need to do, we have one more option. So that option is called the all columns. Now we are going to select the all columns. Selecting all columns. So in single query, I need to write a all columns and all rows, everything it should be run. So like a I don't want to the each by each column. I need to I want for the all entire column needs to be comes to the output. So how do we have to write the query? You can write the query using the select. In this time I don't want to mention the column name. Instead of the column name, you can use the star. So star means the star only they are calling as a all columns. This is what they are actually calling the all columns. Okay, so here actually they are not calling as a star. That star has another name is a asterisk. So that asterisk also we are not going to call. Instead of that star or asterisk, we are calling as a all columns. Okay, are you understanding what it mean by the
Yeah.
all columns? All column means it will be directly selecting the all column. So select all column. From where I need to select? From employees
Table.
table. Exactly. So now I just ran this query. You can see all the columns has been selected, right? Now you know how to select the single column, how to select the multiple column, how to select the all columns. Are you understand for these points?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so this is what actually exactly it's doing these classes. Now you can tell without select or from, or can we select the data? Can we select the column? Can we select
No.
the tables? It is not possible, right? So that is what these classes are most important. It is very basic concepts. Like the classes is used to selecting the it is used to writing the query with basic level. Like if you have the select, then only we have to write the query. So there are many classes we have in the real time. Actually we are using for the few classes only. Anyway, we have the hundred of classes. Now you can see we have the dictionary book, right? In the dictionary book we are that if we are taking the alphabetic A only, there are 1,000 words actually they are given to us. But we are not going to using in real time all 1,000 A start with the A words, right? We are just using for the few words only in our real time with using the start with the A word, right? Like that only. Classes has hundred of classes. We are not going to use on all or the all 100 classes. In real time actually they are using for the 10 or 15 classes only. So those classes I will teach you in here itself only. Okay, so the first two classes is a select class and from class. The next class actually what we are going to learn, so next class is a order by. Order by, what it mean by the order by, like it is not a court order, it is just for ordering. Like ordering means if that class, if we have the one of the class means what actually they are telling. So students please stand in the order wise. Like who are all lower height, they will be sitting the front of the bench. Who are all very height, they will be sitting the last table, right? That is what
Yes.
actually we are organizing the orders. So the same concept actually they are implemented here itself as well. So here actually we are ordering the table, sorry, we are ordering the data. So we should know what is the data. First of all, we should know what is the data. Data means what are all the things table contains, that is called the data. So now you can see what is the data on here. So These are all the datas. What are all the information data contains? Those all are called the data. Which means you can see Stephen employee ID is this is what the Stephen employee ID. Stephen phone number is this is what the Stephen phone number. So this is a information, right? Like Akila means Akila has the one of the phone number means that is for your
Mm.
information, right? So
Okay.
those all are the information as storing onto here. This information we are calling as a data. So this is the data. Now we will comes to this point like order by. So now we are going to storing the data in order wise. Okay, what is a order by? Order by is used to sorting the data. Sorting means like it is doing for the each by each, like it is used to sorting the data. Anyway, I will given to you all the notes. You don't want to write the notes in yourself. I will
Okay.
share you all these notes. You can start try doing directly query itself only. You don't want to write in your note. Okay, that will take your more time, right? Are
Mm.
you following to writing the notes or what you're planning
No,
actually?
no, no. Like few points what I want to.
You don't want to write those things as well. So I will share you this link. I will put it into your one of the notepad into this. I will put it those all the notes into in my Google Drive. From that Google Drive, I will share with you the drive link. You can directly access this notepad. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now we will comes to the order by. What is order by meaning? So it is meant by sorting the data. So if you can see, these are all the data has been storing into here. If we have I want to the selecting the first name only. So what is the query you are written? I want to the first
Select
name only.
first name from employees.
Exactly. Super. Select first name from employees. So if I write like this only, you can see this is what the first name. So
Mm.
now I'm telling to you, find the Steven record. So I can see there is a Steven record, the row number one. Actually, they are using the Steven one. So
Mm.
I'm just telling to you, go on that room. There is a room we have. That room there are Steven are inside. He has in sitting inside. So you just go and call the Steven. So you what you are doing, you just go into this room. So this is a room is called the employees room. So from from that room you can call the Steven and you can call the Steven you are comes with the Steven. But I am telling to you there is only one Steven only you call, but there is a few more Stevens you have. So what you need to do again, you need to find the another Steven. Okay, so this is a one Steven. You need to identify the is there any other Steven. So if the data splitted like this means you have taking more time. What you need to do, you have to for each by each you need to search, right, for this row, this row, this row. Instead of like this, if we are doing the alphabetic order, like a it comes to the first line, b comes to the second line, like that if we are doing means, do you want to searching the a rows in Steven?
No.
No, you can directly comes to the yes rows only, because that Steven comes start with the S only, right? You can directly goes to the yes. That is what actually we are doing by the doing the order by. If I just click on this button, so this is a automation. Like if I click this button, it will be automatically ordering. So now you can see A is comes to the first. Now are you going to searching the Steven into in this place? You don't want to searching in this place in Steven, right? Directly where you go, you can directly comes to the Steven into yes place only. Now I'm just coming into the yes place. There is a Steven. You can see here itself we have the Steven. One more Steven also is there. So which one is easy?
Mm.
This one is only easy, right? If
Yeah.
it is ordering like so, that is what we are going to write the query. So we with using the order by. Order by is used to sorting the record. So how we have to using the order by class. So always select class should be comes to the first. So in future we will start write the with class also comes to the first. I will tell that with class what it mean by. As of now select class only comes to the first. Okay,
Okay.
after the select class you should write the from class only. So without from class, like you can't write the from class at first, and after the select class it will throw the error. Always as per the grammatical rule as well also, select is should be comes to the first and the from is comes to the next. Like we have to select the one record from this place, like that only we are telling the grammatical rule as well. So select number one from number two. So next should be comes to the order by. So order by always end of the query. It is not exactly third, but it is exactly number one position. It is number two position, but it is not number three third position. It is last position, which means end of the query. Always we have to mention this order by at the end of the query, which means in future future we will use going to use by the lots of classes each by each classes. After the from we are going to use for the where class. After the where we are going to use for the group by class. Another one is having class. There are many class we have. So
Okay.
but always order by is the end of the query. So now we will goes to the each by each, like if you want to go order by. So select that select uh, what we are going to selecting on here. Always select will works for the selecting the column only. Okay, so which column we are going to select? So what is a column we have? This is a first
Yes.
name column. So now I can give the first name column into here. From where the select where the first name is coming from?
Employee.
Employees. That is employees I have to given to here. So in order by also it should be have the column only. Order by also it has column name only. So select also comes with column name. Order also it should be comes with the column name. Okay. So now I just using the column name. Which column did I select it? First name only I
First.
selected,
Yeah.
right? Exactly the same first name you can select it here on here and here. Actually, there are two things we have to mention on here. Here. So actually here actually we need to mention the which order you want to you want. Like if you want to the A to Z means there is a one property we need to call. If it comes with Z to A means we have to do one more thing. Like if it A to Z means we need to select for the ASC. ASC means ascending. Okay, after the first name you should mention the ASC. Okay, if you want to Z to A, it is means the descending. Descending means you need to mention the DESC. Instead of ASC you need to mention the DESC. It will comes like it start from the Z words, then it's come ends with the A words. Okay, are you understanding? Now
Yeah.
I'm just
Even for the
giving
numbers, the same thing.
everything. Yeah, yeah. I will comes to the now I'm going to the first name. After I will comes to the each by each columns. Okay, now I will goes to the first name. So this is how I just write and I now you can see if I forget to write the semicolon on into in here. If I forget to write the semicolon onto here, I just trying to run this query, it will throw the error. There is a no error onto here, but why it is throwing the error? Because if you are not if you are not using the semicolon until end of the query, what it will doing? It is selecting from here. Even though if I given to the mouse onto here, it will
Okay.
directly selecting from here itself only because we are not ending the query. Or else we
Mm.
can do one more thing. If you want to run this query only, you can select this query only. So if you have select, then only you can run. Then automatically it's came. Okay. Or
Okay.
else you can do one thing. You should ends with semicolon. Then you can comes to this query. Then you can just enter. Automatically the query will run. Okay. Now you can
Okay.
see automatically this has been the ordering, right? So like A it comes to the first and B is comes to the second, like that it is the ascending. Okay, so how you are using order by, are you understanding this order by class?
Yes.
Okay, so in using the order by class, actually we have to follow few things. Actually we should understand the what are all the data we have in the table. Then we need to understand, like I will tell you what are all the data we have in the table. So I just want to the all the records from the table. So what is a query I can give?
Select star.
Super. Select star from employees. This is a query I will be given to here. So select star from employees, all the records it's come. So now you need to understand what are all the data actually they are using. Now you can see this is a one of the data. So how they are actually using this data? This is a number type of data.
Number.
Correct. Oh, exactly. So the data one is the number type of data will comes into our table. Now you can see this is what type of data? Character type of data, right?
Yeah.
Now, second step is character. So the next one is the these are all the character.
Correct.
This is also number.
Mm.
Now we can see in
Stay.
if you are telling the number means 2003. If the minus button, it will not considering as a hyphen. If we are telling this number means 2003 minus 6 minus 17, like that it will be considering. So this is not a number. This is a date type of column. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is a one more column is a date type of column. Rest of all same only. So this is also number. Null will come separately. I will tell for the null what it mean by null. Actually, after thing also number only. So this is what the table contains the data. So these are all the data. Always we have the table. So now we are going to start writing the order by. So how we have to start writing the order by? So if order by, now I'm going to order by using the ascending order ASC. So if yeah, if you are using the order by with the ASC and the DAC, both I will show to you what will comes to the what will comes to here. Okay, if I'm using the order by with using the number, what will happen? We need to understand. So number with order by, number with order by. So what is a number column? Number column is a salary is the one of the number columns. So this is a number
Mm.
column, right? So now
Yeah.
we want to do the ordering by the salary column. So how can we have to select the order by? Select
So
first of all
salary
salary, super great.
from
Next
employee.
from employees. After
Order
we
by
have to use for the order by. So order by. So which column we
from
need? Sorry.
order by column name salary.
Exactly, super, exactly. Salary, and here we have to mention the which ordering we want. Like if you want to ascending order, we can give like this ASC. Now I ran what will comes into here. So if I ran the order by with the number column, it will show the lower salary to higher salary. You can see 2001 is the very lowest number. Next
Mm.
2200, 2200, 400, 500. Like how it is going from low to high. So now
Yeah.
you can see here in the last data is 24,000. So
Mm.
if I'm using the order by with the number, how it is going work? High to high to low. So like this it will be.
Low to high.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. Low to high. So if we are using the descending means that will comes
High.
to the high to low. Now we'll go to the descending as well. So if this is what the ascending, now I'm going to the descending. Same query I'm just using. Instead of ascending, what I need to use on here for descending? What I need to use here?
Yes.
Super, DESC, it is the descending. So now we will see how it is looks like. So descending means it is looks like if I ran this, you can see now the 24,000 is the highest number. It is comes to the first beginning of the data.
Oh.
So this is how it's working on the number. So if order by using with number means ascending means low to high, descending means high to low. So next we will goes to the character. So already we have to given to the character on the same query. Now we will go the same. We are using the same query only. Character with order by. Okay. So what is happening into here? So if I'm using the order by with the character means A to Z, right? It's coming with start
Yeah.
with A, ends with Z like that. So character means ascending is A start from A to Z. So if I'm using the descending means what will come, we'll see. If it is descending means DESC. If I run. Now you can see descending means it start from
Yeah.
W. Why it start from W? Because the table does not contain the Z record. Okay. If it has the Z, then only the table has the 107 records. There is a no Z. Okay.
Z. Oh.
That is the reason it is not coming to the Z records. So now
Okay.
you can see that Z it's come. There is a Z to A. Like if we are using the descending means it start with the Z to A. Z to A. Next date. So order date record with order by. Okay, now how to we have write the query order by? So like there is a one column, we have the date column. So that column name is a higher date column. Select star from this is the higher date column. We have the contains the date records. Okay, now we will try to write the query. Select higher
Okay.
date from employees order by higher date column. If I'm using the ascending, what will happen? So lowest date, like a past date to future date, like that is the lowest date to. Anyway, this is also looks like number only. You can see
Okay.
the first thing what it's doing, first year will be ascending. 2001, 2002, 2003, like that year will be ascending. Next thing what you'll do, you can see first of all, it will be ascending the year wise. Next, it is ascending the month wise. You can see six.
Oh.
Next, it comes to the eight, and another it is going to ascending the date. So if I am doing the ascending order means like it is comes to the lowest number to highest number. Looks like a number only. So lowest year to highest year. But
Nice.
how it is ordering? First year it is ordering. Next month is ordering. Next date is ordering. You get it the point?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what the date is doing. So low date to, or else we can do previous
Past.
past date to future date.
Yeah.
Past to future If it is descending means future date. So if the data has been future means then the data will becomes to the future data as well. Now you can see. So the 2008 is one of the last date. So from the last date after that fourth month, next like a year, month, date like that. So future to past. So it's working first month, sorry, first year wise, next month wise, next date wise, like that it's doing order by. Okay, so this is what actually we are working on the order by class. Okay, but in one more thing, ascending is the optional, so we don't want to mention the ASC keyword into in our key in our query. Optional means without keyword also it will work. So now I can show to you, I'm just removing the ASC. If I ran that with using only for the order by, in this order by itself it has the ascending. So in this keyword itself it has the ASC keyword. Okay, I don't want to mention the ASC keyword into here. I just ran this query. You can see directly ascending will comes, right? So we don't want to mention the ASC into here. So but if you want to descending means, it should be
Okay.
we want to put into the DAC, it's mandatory. So but AAC it's not mandatory. You can give anywhere like AAC. If we are using the order by, automatically what it will be doing, order by it will be itself it has the ascending. So we don't want to mention the AAC keyword. But if you want to descending means, we should entering the DAC keyword. So AAC is optional. Are you understand this one?
Yeah.
Okay, super, great. So next thing, we'll go to the another class. So select class is used to selecting the particular column. From class is used to selecting the table. From where we have to selecting. Now you can see that point. I just forgot to tell you. So inside this table, you can many columns, right? So if you want to select any one column means, what you are doing, you are using the select class. Select, if you want to use, if you want to selecting this column means, select this column, like that you are telling. So
Mm.
if you have in the database, in this database having the very big, right? So if the database having there are lots of table. So from class used to select the which table we want from the database, because where we have to selecting the column from table, where we have to selecting the table from database. You understand?
Yeah.
So actually this is a structure. So this is the data. Data is storing from column. Column is storing from table. Table is storing from database.
Database.
So, okay. So now we are going to the next class. Next class is calling the where class. This is most important class actually, where class, because sometimes it's not understanding. Anyway, we'll try to learn. Actually, some people not able to getting the clearly. So I will tell you the easily. So where class means, now you can see how can you select the particular column.
Select column.
Select is used to finding the particular column. Now are you able to taking the particular record, because I am using the particular column will comes to the particular column. But
Mm.
if you are getting the record, it's a particular record, like if you want to this record only, if I'm just using the first name
First.
column, first name column, I'm just using the first name. Now you can see there are many records it came, right?
Mm.
I want to selecting the Adam record only. So is it possible as of now? There is a no possible,
No.
because select is used to entire column, or from is used to entire table. So there is a no possible to selecting the particular row. So that is what we are going to try to find out this where class. In this where class actually doing the two things. It is used to, first of all, it is validate the condition. Validate the condition, which means it is validating the condition. Second one is selecting the particular row. So if you want, you can select the particular row as well using the where class. Okay, so it should be there is a two steps actually. The where class having the two step. First step is validating the condition. If condition satisfied, then only it's go to the second step, selecting the particular row. So now we want to know what is the validating the condition, how the select will works into, sorry, how the select will work with using the where class. Okay, now I have the select query. Now I can go with the select query. Before before going to the var class, we want to learn one more thing, then only the var class will getting easily. So there is a one more table we have, dual. The table name is a dual. What is mean by dual? So did you hear this table? The table, dual table, is used to, it is a dummy table. Actually they are telling this is a dummy table. It is a dummy table, which means whatever user reviewed their own text, they can easily use this dual table, and they can be displayed into your output query. Which means now this is the database, sorry, this is a query editor. From here you can see what is the query you are written, whatever the table contains, that query only you can write, right? So like you can see I'm just using for the select star from employees. This is what actually I'm trying to run. Now you can see this is what it came. So now I'm trying to run the without storing the data, which means user required data. In this if what whenever we want to write the query, the data should be storing into our table, then only the data will be displaying to us. If we don't want to, if we are not storing the data, we can we display the record, means it is not possible. If whenever we have to storing the data, then only we can display the data, it is only possible. But now what we are going to do, so I'm just trying to displaying the my word into our output. So how can we have to display this word? Actually this is we are trying to displaying the user record own text to own words. Okay, so what we need to do, I'm just using for the select keyword, select whatever I want to plan to write. Like if I want to displaying the 1 2 3, means I can give to this 1 2 3 from which table it's coming from, do you know? So
Employee.
no,
No,
this
no,
one,
no.
no, the 1 2 3, it's not storing to anywhere. I'm
No.
telling to you. So like this, if you have the this name, means there is a known this information. Actually we don't store it anywhere. So but I want to display this information, means what we need to do, we should use any of the table, right? For this case the data has been not storing anywhere, but I want to use any of the table. This case we can use for the dual table. Dual is used to displaying the user required text. Okay, this is what the user required. User wants to display this text, it will be displaying on here. So this is what actually the dual is used to, dual table is using. So do you understand what is a dual table? It is used to displaying the user required text.
No. Like it's an inbuilt table, or you have to
Yeah,
create
it is
it.
no, no, we don't want to create anything. It is always by default every database are storing in this table, so we
Oh,
don't want to bother about the table creation. So it is used to displaying the user required text. So that is what we are using the dummy table, which is a dual table. Okay, so now we are trying to displaying the 1 and 2 and 3. This is what actually we are trying, actually the number type of data we are displaying. So what is actually in our table, what are all the data we have? Number, date, and
character data.
character, like these three things of we have. So now we are displaying the number type of data. So number type of data we are displayed. Select 1 2 3. From which table I need to
Dual.
use? Dual table I need to
Dual.
use. Now I'm trying to displaying the any of the text. If I'm trying to displaying the ABC, from where it's coming from?
Dual.
Super, dual. Now I'm trying to displaying this dual table. So we'll see what is the error will come. So if I ran like this, means it will throw the error. What is the error? If I ran the number, means it is working fine. If I ran the character, means why it is not working? Because number only not required for the single character. Always if any alphabets or any character it comes, always it should be enclosed with single character, single quote. Okay,
Okay.
without single quote, character will not display. Okay, single quote it's required for. Now I'm just mentioning into here character. Select ABC, but if we are displaying the character, means you should always enclosed with character type of data, always enclosed with what? Enclosed with a single quote.
Single.
Okay, but number it's not required. Number type of data it is not required for single quote. Number type of data not required single quotes. Single quotes. Oh, single quotes. I forgot the spelling. Single quote. Okay. So the this is a number type of data. This is a character type of data. Now we are going to the another type of data. What is another type of data?
Data.
Date type of data. So now I'm trying to getting the output like a select. What is the date of today? So today is a
1 4.
11/04 2023. Now I'm trying to getting this date select data and dual. Now you can see I already told you, remember, so it will doing the it will considering this a number
Minus.
11 minus 4 minus 2023, like that it's come. Okay, so if I'm using the minus, that's what it's come. Okay, instead of that minus we can use this one. So now what it will do, it will going to divide it. Now we can see these are the divided.
Okay.
So it will consider as a minus or divided only. So the date should be always enclosed with single quote. Date also we have to mention the single quote, then only the date will be considering as a date. Okay.
Okay.
So date and character should be enclosed with a single quote. Date type of data always enclosed with a single quote. Now you can see I ran this query, right? So did you use the single quote of this query? Why we are not using the single quote? This is the character only, right?
Yeah, it's a column name.
Yeah. So even though if it is character, it is not required single quotes if the character is column. If your character is used to column name, if it is a column name means it is not required the single quote. So number and column does not require the single quotes. Number and column does not to use single quote. Number also and column also we don't want to use a single quote. Character and date we should enclose with a single quote. Okay, are you understanding
Oh,
for this dual table? Dual table, which what is mean by the dual table? Whatever the user required their own text, it will be displaying there. It will be displaying the user required text. Okay.
oh,
Now we will go to the Snowflake. So Snowflake is one of the very good feature because this is a dual table. Whenever if you are using, then only the user text will be displaying, right? But Snowflake, it's not required to displaying. We don't want to mentioning the dual table. We can directly use for the select one. Automatically it will come. Okay. Then why I am telling to you the from dual, because in other database, if you are going to work with any other database, definitely without from class it will never work. So I will show to the Oracle as well. So then only you understand why we are actually using for the from dual, because we don't know which database we are going to actually we are working. So initially I was working on the Oracle database. Suddenly I was working on the Snowflake database. We should know the both, right? So if I'm using the select one from dual, so what will comes to the display? What is output we will receive?
1.
One will comes to the display. Okay, one. So if I'm not using the from and dual, what will comes to the output? We'll see. Now you can see it will throws the output. If you are using the any other database, what is the record for user? If you want to display the user record text means you should mention the dual table. Okay, otherwise it will never work. But Snowflake is not like that. Snowflake is a one of the advanced future concept. So we don't want to use we don't 1 minute we don't want to mention the from class as well. It is always coming into the, if you want to displaying the own text, this is enough, like a select one from dual, it will come. So if you want to display the ABC means what I need to do,
Select ABC.
that is enough. Exactly, select ABC from dual, so it will comes to the output. So if I want to the displaying the date means, that is also we can use for this date only. So select date, then it is also will comes to the display. Okay, so this is actually one of the feature in Snowflake. We don't want to mention in the dual table inside the Snowflake. Anyway, you need to know about the dual table. It is a dummy table. Whatever the user required text, it will be displaying. Okay, now we will go to the var class. What is the var class? Var class is used to, I already told, var class is used to validate the condition, and the second step is doing for the selecting the particular row. So what it mean by the validating the condition? So var class is the like he is actually controller who to whom like a select. So if you want to the select means whatever the user required text, that only will be coming to the display, right? So user wants to, whatever the user wants, they can given to us the select class. But where class is whenever the where class is accepted, whenever this where class is satisfied, then only select will work. So how it is in real time. So if I'm using this select one from dual, so now I can display the, now I can see the one is the output. Now I want to see that validate the condition. Validate the condition means now we can see left side is one, right side is also one, one equal to one. So now you can tell one is one equal or not equal.
Equal.
Both are equal. So if both are equal means then condition is satisfied. Condition is satisfied. If one equal to two, now you can tell what is the condition is satisfied or not.
No.
Condition is not satisfied. So actually this is what valid this is what actually where class is going to do. Condition is not satisfied. Okay, so now now I'm going to do select from one from dual. Yeah, always where class comes to after the from class. So in here I can mention select one from dual, after where I need to mention where, here I can give one equal to one. So the condition is satisfied, right? So
Mhm.
if I mention the where class into in our query, select will not run the first. Always where will be checking the first. Then only select will comes to the works on second, like that only. So which means what I'm telling. So if our query has the where class, then where class only started to executing first, which means where equal to like one equal to one means what it mean by the condition is satisfied, right?
Mm.
So if this condition is satisfied, then only this where class goes to the select class. Select class, the condition is satisfied. Now we can display whatever the user required. Now I can display. You can see that user required is one. Always it is coming. Now if I'm run the one equal to two. So now you can tell condition is satisfied or not satisfied.
No.
Not satisfied. Now this where class going to tell to select class, hey, select class that where class is not satisfied. Please don't run the whatever the user required. Now I can run. You can see there is a nothing will come. You can see zero rows. Before what is came, there is a one
Come.
row it's came. There is a one row it's came. Now it is not came to the one row. That is the reason where class is used to validating the condition. If condition is satisfied, then only select will be executing, otherwise select will not display the output. Okay, are you understanding for this where
Yeah.
class validating condition?
Yes.
Okay, now I am given to the select one from dual where one equal to one. So condition is satisfied, then the display will output will display. If condition is not satisfied means then output will not coming into the display. So this is what actually one equal to two. So one equal to two means condition is not satisfied. Okay, now we understand what is the where class is doing in the validating the condition. Now we will try to how validating the condition with using the particular row. So now we are going to identify the taking the particular row, like I am just using for the select first name from employees. Now we
Where?
can see there is a records as came into here. Now if I mentioned into here where one equal to one, what will come?
The first name.
Whatever we have asked to him, that entire first name will come, right? So if I'm run, all the first name will come, right? So instead of that, what I'm going to do in this left side, I can mention the column name. So in this column name, first name
First
equal
name.
to
Steven.
inside the column, whatever the record you want, you can give that record into in left side, sorry, right side. So now you can see first name I want to display first name equal to Steven. So what this where class is going to do? It is opening the first name. So it is just open the first name column. So just opening the first name column, then started to checking. If I mention to Lex into in here, so if I mention to Lex into here, so this first of all where class is open to the first name column, then this Lex will be checking into the each by each column. So in here first name is what is the first name? So Steven. So first of all I just ran this and I will comes to the later. So now we can see exactly the one row it's picking, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So how it is picking, that's what we have to identify. Now you can see we have the one of the query. So first of all, this first name column is the what is a first name column contains? There is a one not row is
Yeah.
contains all the rows. It has this first name column has the every rows.
Mm.
So it has the entire 107 rows. Now what is going to do? So each by each column it's going to be fit, like which means like I am just using for the where exactly I'm just telling to you where first name equal to Lex. Lex. So if I run this right, so what will comes to do? First of all, this Stephen will placed on into in this first name. Okay, now in here actually it is placing in this first name. The same first name will comes to in here itself as well. So now we can tell Stephen equal to less Lex. It is satisfied or not? This condition is satisfied or not? That first row. First, first time it's running with using the first row. So now Lex equal to sorry Stephen equal to
Stephen
Lex.
to next.
Both are same or not?
No.
No. So what is we are as of now what we are asking to him? Stephen.
Select Stephen.
So that Stephen will not display into here. Next what will comes the next row will be placed on into here and placed on into here. Now you can tell Nina equal to Lex is satisfied or not?
No.
Not satisfied. What we are asking to him? Nina is we are asking condition is not satisfied. So Nina will also display. Nina will also not displaying. Now the next row will be placing on into here. Now we can see Lex is satisfied or not?
Yeah.
Yes. So now what we are asking to him? Lex is we are asking to him. Now what is output will come? Lex will come.
Yes.
Okay. So that is what actually this query exactly is doing. So now you can see if I mention the column name means in this column name having the 107 rows, all the 107 rows actually one by one row going to be placed on into here like that, like this. So if I'm using the David means what will happen to here? If I mention to David in here means it will be checking the each by each row. So first row will be Stephen. So condition is not satisfied. This record will not display. So till Bruce is also coming to in here. So in here and also in here. So I'm sorry, I'm just placed on this Bruce onto here also. So now we can see David equal to Bruce is also not satisfied. So the condition also will not work. So now we can see that David, the next row is a David. So like that, each and every row will placed into here. All the row will be matched in here. So if it is matched, then only the select will be displayed. You can understand now how the
Yeah.
var class is working.
Yes.
So this is what where class is working. Now I'm asking to you, I want to selecting the Steven name. So how do you pick the particular Steven record only?
Select.
Steven record is coming under the first name column. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Select
select
first
mhm,
name
first name
from employees.
from employees.
Where first name equal to Stephen.
Exactly, where first name equal to Steven. So now I'm trying to run that first name will comes to the Steven record only exactly picking. So I just didn't use the single semicolon into last. I'm already told, you know. So if I didn't enter the semicolon into the end of the query, it will always considering the from the beginning to in here. So that's what this
Okay.
Lex will be throwing the error. So like that it is selecting. So if you want to identify this, you can do one more thing. You just go to this option. You can turn on code highlighter. Now you can see what are all the code has been highlighted. This code has been highlighted, okay, but you can see this Lex also highlighted, right? You can see Lex also
Yes.
highlighted, right?
Yes.
So it should not be highlighted. I don't want to
Mm.
let's say you can given to the single this what is it semicolon.
Semicolon.
Next you can comes to in here. Now you can see if Lex is highlighted now, it is not
No.
highlighted, right? So now you can write. Now we can run this. Steven will become. So there are two Stevens we have in the table. Both Stevens has been coming into in our place. Okay.
Mm.
So this
Mm.
is how the var class is working. Now I'm going to do one more thing. So we have the David record. How do we have to select the David record? Select first name employees first name equal to we here we can give the David record. This is what we are providing the out query, right? Select first name
Yes.
employees first name equal to David. This is what I am just trying to do, right? If I run this, you can see is there any record it came?
Mm.
No record. Is there David record is not there? Can we check the David record is there or not? Can we check?
Mm.
We'll check order by first name.
Mm.
So now we will see David record is there or not. You can see David record will be there. So yeah,
Yeah,
can see
it's there.
there are three
Three.
records we
Yeah.
have, but why there is if I ran this query, why it doesn't have any records? No, you can see if I ran this query, select first name from employees where first name equal to David. If I ran
Mm.
like this, there is a zero records, but we have the three records, right? What is the difference between? So now you can see the difference.
Mm.
The name has been like here actually they are
Caps.
placed is here camel case, like a first letter only the like a unit cap, like a initial only capital, first
Yeah.
letter only capital, all other is a smaller letter. But if what I was did in here, so I was did in here all are capital only. So now
Mm.
we have get a one confused. So then Snowflake is case sensitive. So now we have the one question. Snowflake is case, sorry, Snowflake or SQL, whatever. SQL is case sensitive. What it mean by the case sensitive? Do you have any idea about that case sensitive?
Yeah, like it considers whether it is a capital or small.
Exactly. So whatever they are actually loaded, the same kind of the record only we have to using, which means like if they are actually using for the select as a capital means we should use the capital select only. We are not going to use a small select. So that is what the case sensitive. So whatever they are actually predefined build that defined only we have to using. Okay. Now they are asking one question. SQL is a case sensitive. Now you can see SQL means if I using the select is smaller case, like I can use like this. You can see first name from employees. So now we can see I just used all are collapsed, right? Select
Mm.
E as capital, T as capital, like all are collapsed. If I ran like this, the output is came, right? So what, why the output is not came into in this place? Because
It is a condition.
no, anyway, I will comes to that point actually. So if I ran the query, it will output will come. So case sensitive SQL is case sensitive. If you are asking to anyone asking to you the SQL is sensitive, you can tell SQL is not case sensitive. SQL means this is what SQL
Mm.
select column name from table name. This is what case sensitive. This is what the case sensitive or not. So sorry, this is what not case sensitive. This is the SQL. So then what is a case sensitive? The case sensitive is whenever the table data, whatever the data has been loaded, that data is only case sensitive. So SQL is not case sensitive. Data is case sensitive. Are you understand?
Yeah.
So SQL is not case sensitive, but table data is case sensitive. So what is the table data? Whatever inside the data inside the table, that is the table data, right? So you can see now you can see uh, first name where we have got that is a column name. So employee is
Mm.
a table name. We don't want to bother about the it is capital or small, but we need to more conscious on the
Data.
this data. So David, where we have to taking the this David data from inside the table only. So that is
Mm.
what the data it's not came because this is a case sensitive. I should use for the capital DAVID. Now it will comes to the case sensitive. You can understand now the all three Davids are came, right.
Mm.
So SQL is not case sensitive, but table data is case sensitive. Okay, so now we will stop today's class. So now this as of now we are learned for the three classes. One is a select class. Select is used to selecting the
They
column.
column
From class is used to selecting the
specify the table.
super. Order by is used to sorting the data.
Sorting the data.
Where class is used to
Get
select
this
the
particular row.
exactly particular row. So this is what actually we are learn today. So tomorrow we will learn for more classes. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me today's class, or else we can close this class today.
Nothing.
Okay, thank
Mm.
you.
Thank you.
We'll see tomorrow.